everyone, welcome to the Oracle Dragon. Tonight's reading is about your person, whoever you've come to this reading about, your romantic interest. We're asking, are they coming back to you? Are they coming back? And if so, when? Okay? So we've got 5 choices tonight. The first choice is this blue stone here, and that represents the throat chakra. Okay? And then the second choice is the sensual chakra or the sacral chakra. The third choice is the heart chakra. Fourth choice is the crown chakra. And the fifth choice is the third eye chakra. So as always, go ahead and close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose nice and slow, and out through the mouth nice and slow. And the first stone that you see when you open your eyes is usually the right choice, okay? So the timestamps are going to be in the description box below. Pause the video if you need more time. I'd like to thank all my new subscribers. Welcome to the family, and I'd like to say thank you to my existing subscribers. You help to keep the channel going. If anyone would like a personal reading, my contact information is in the description box below. And so I'm going to go ahead and get started with Pile 1. Hello and welcome. This is the Are They Coming Back, and if so, when reading. So I've already pre-shuffled the cards, shuffled them a couple more times. I'm going to do a live shuffle even though this is recorded, just, because that's how I'm doing it today. So go ahead and think about your ex or whoever you came to the video about. And this is mostly a romantic reading, but it might apply to other types of relationships. So the viewers of this video, Spirit Team, the viewers of this video, is their person coming back? And if so, when? Okay. All right. First card out is the King of Pumpkins in reverse. So this is an earth sign energy. This could be Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. Might be in somebody's chart, but doesn't have to be. And this is somebody that is either not very good with money or is kind of shady in the way that they attain money. Not the most trustworthy or stable individual with this card in reverse. We've got the Seven of Imps, which is the Seven of Wands. So this is somebody who is overcoming obstacles, somebody who is fighting to the end. They really want to win, and they're not planning on giving up anytime soon. And if they stick with whatever they're fighting against, if it's a creative project, work, or this relationship, whatever they're fighting for, I should say, if they stick with that, then there's a high probability that they will be successful with these Seven of Imps. I do feel that, they've experienced delays with the King of Pentacles in reverse, and there has been obstacles to their material success. So this person, is feeling insecure. This is a masculine energy, so if you came here about a masculine, it's talking about them. They do feel stuck and sort of in a rut. And as a result, that puts them in a bad mood, basically. So it might be the money issues that caused a split up in this relationship in the first place. We've got the Hierophant in reverse, so we do show a split up. You guys might have been committed in a higher level commitment or marriage with the Hierophant, as the Hierophant often represents that. But with the Hierophant showing up in reverse, it's saying that there has been a split in the connection. That's one of the meanings of that card in reverse, and that's a Taurus energy card. So we did see earth signs came out here and here, as Taurus is an earth sign energy. So I think this person is sort of assessing their position. We do see delays and things not going out as planned and obstacles to their success that they're trying to prevail over here with the Seven of Imps, but they are rethinking things. So maybe they're just trying to break away from old habits or what's expected of them and do their own thing, and they're struggling with doing that. They want to find ways of doing things in their life that serves them. So I do feel like their faith is being challenged for them to reevaluate, things they've taken for granted, and to see if those things still apply to their life, or you know basically cleaning house and getting rid of that which does not serve them anymore, people, places, or things. But with regard to love, the Hierophant in reverse says that this person did feel trapped in a relationship because of the fear of bucking a social or religious or cultural. It could be a cultural order. So if you're from different cultures or different social classes, there's some difference within this connection that made this person fearful, and feeling trapped within the connection, or that if they were involved with you, if you were together, and this card is saying that you were, for the majority of you, in some sort of a commitment, that they felt trapped within that commitment due to your differences. And as a result, perhaps this person was kind of a bully, and they held more of the power in the connection with you. Take what resonates. If it's the other way around, apply it the other way around. But it does say, this card can say that someone was judgmental, and like my way or the highway, and held more of the power in the connection. So that's what I'm getting from those cards. Okay. Give me a moment. They really feel like they're going through a turn of bad luck, and that's what they're really trying to overcome. They're just, whatever's going on in their life, most likely materially, be that with regard to career, home, or money, or all of the above, it's really taken a turn for the worse, and this is what they're trying to prevail over with the Seven of Imps. With that Wheel of Fortune being in reverse, that's a Jupiter energy card, so that could represent a Sagittarius, or having that in the chart. But it is, saying that this person has seen, a downturn. But the good thing about that card is what goes down must come back up again. So, whatever setbacks they're experiencing are temporary. However, the bad news is that they are indeed experiencing setbacks, as we see. So that's just kind of reiterating that. And with regard to this connection, this is again speaking of delay. So if this person is to come back, that's the question of this reading, there will be delays, and if not delays in the actual just getting back together, there'll be delays in establishing the relationship, taking it to the next level and making it stable. And that's just saying because the timing isn't right. Okay. But this also represents the turn for the worse in the partnership. But again, like I said, it's a temporary turn for the worse. But I feel like losses have occurred. You feel a loss of this person, obviously, or you wouldn't be watching this, right? So I think they feel a loss of you as well. But they might just have refused to take the desired actions, and the actions that were necessary to keep this connection on track. And again, it was due to the fears of the unknown, fears of upsetting the status quo of how things have always been done within their tribe, their family, their friends group. And it did cause a lot of stagnation and frustration here. So this person really needs to take the wheel, and I feel that they might actually do that, but it's delayed at this time. They are making efforts to overcome these obstacles, though. They are just a bit low on energy with regard to that, I feel. The need for action is again indicated and shown by the Four of Bats in reverse. So this could be talking about you. I'm getting the sense that you were really drained by the losses in this connection, whatever occurred between the two of you that caused a split up or, separation. And so you're recovering from that. But soon I feel that you're going to be coming out of that. And if you haven't taken rest to sort of recuperate from this breakup, then you really need to with this card. This card is suggesting that is necessary for you to come back into the connection when it's time. For those of you who will be reconnecting, and mostly I am seeing a reconnection here, and I'll explain why in a minute, but you want to come back to it strong, so you need to take that time to sort of heal from this. With this card being in reverse, it can say that you aren't giving yourself the time that's required to really recover from what you've been through here. And if you continue to go that way, you could make yourself sick. And it also could be talking about your person. They're really fighting to overcome the obstacles in this connection, this downturn in their luck, regarding their stability. in regarding the loss that's occurred in this connection, to the point where maybe they are going to make themselves sick if they're not careful. So and I do think that it was the person that you've come here about that gave up on the relationship. Of course, take what applies, but I feel they do have regrets about it, for giving up on the connection. So again, this is talking about a temporary separation so that you can heal old wounds and work on yourselves. Also to gain clarity. This card is a card of meditation, gaining clarity, sitting with your thoughts, being honest with yourself, reflecting. So I feel this is what your person is doing and what you're doing as well, and that this is the deeper meaning or reason behind your separation. But I'm seeing the Eight of Ghosts in reverse. So this is the same as the Eight of Cups. And since it's in reverse, it means that your person is coming back, that they did wander off, and they may still be wandering for a bit, because we did see delayed represented a couple times in the reading, so it might not be an immediate return, but they did turn away from you. They, they do have regrets about it, and therefore they're coming back. It's just that the situation's really going to take work, and your person's aware of that. So this is also a card about a second chance, and that you will succeed in the connection eventually. And but in the meantime, your person is sort of uncertain about their path. I feel a little bit unable to commit to the relationship. They longed for escape, that's why they left. So if they didn't leave physically, they left emotionally, or both. I feel it's both for most of you. Also, for a small portion of you, this could be talking that you might be holding on to a failed relationship because you fear being alone. So, be honest with yourself, reflect on that, make sure that if you take this person back, that it's for the right reasons and not just because you're afraid of being alone. Also, this is something that your person is reflecting on. That's a question that they may be asking themselves as well. But I do feel overall, for the majority, and even for those that this situation applies for, this is indicating working on a troubled relationship. So there are some sort of personal wounds in the relationship. Therapy is indicated, also like couples counseling, if you are able to do that, especially for those of you in a higher level commitment, as indicated by the Hierophant card. Higher level commitment or marriage. But definitely this person's going to be coming back. I don't see that they're going to be like 100% better when they come back, because they're still showing up as the reverse King of Pumpkins, but they do have regrets about the situation. So it's up to you if you want to take them back. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull a Romance Angels card, so you get a little more clarity on this romantic situation here. As far as timing goes, I'm seeing it could be for some of you as early as 8 days, and for others of you as late as next summer, that this person will be returning to you. Okay. Oh, that came out fast. Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So there's a lot of passion in this connection. That's and this is, showing up in the reading with the Seven of Imps, which is a card about passion. So this is what's kind of fueling your person to get back to you, helping them to stay motivated in their fight to overcome their obstacles to make their way back. I'm going to go ahead and read from the book on that real quick. I feel like the book often has messages that are important. So This says that your prayers for great love have been heard and answered, and it all begins with you, so you have the power to revive passion in your life. In fact, no one can bring it to you but you. So we did talk about working on yourself, and that this separation occurring as a result of needing to work on yourselves. So this card guides you to seek that which brings you great joy, such as a hobby, a cause, or a special activity. Anything that stirs your heart and joy will help passion bubble forth and positively flow into your romantic life. So yeah, you need to have passion in other areas of your life in order to have passion in your romantic partnership, is what this is saying. And that you inspire your romantic partner, and when they see you being passionate in your own life, that inspires them as well to be passionate with you. Okay? And now I'm going to pull an Angel Answers card. So go ahead and think of a question. If you have a question about this reading or about this person, go ahead and think of it. See if we can get an answer that resonates for you. Keep in mind, this is a general reading. It's meant to apply to a lot of different people, so don't take too personally, whatever card comes out in the cards. If it's something that you don't like, or don't, use your own intuition to determine if it applies to your situation, of course. Okay. Oh, okay. We got a bunch. Get more information. So this card is telling you to get more information about whatever it is that you asked. Choose a new direction. I think this is talking about, the possibility that some of you might not want to take this person back, or in the meantime might be choosing a new direction, maybe with regard to a hobby or some other area that you're passionate about. As we already discussed, that feeling passion in other areas of your life contributes to passion within your connection. This is also talking to me about this person changing direction. They walked away and now they're coming back. Okay. The situation will improve. Okay, so this is encouragement, letting you know that if you choose to allow this person back, eventually the situation will improve, and there is a peaceful resolution. You can look forward to a peaceful resolution in this connection. Okay. All right. So the answer is yes, they are coming back, and it looks like it could be anywhere from 8 days to next summer before you start to see that happen. Okay. Thank you for tuning in. If this reading resonated, please comment in the comment section down below if you want to. Hit the like button and subscribe. For a more detailed look at your personal situation, my contact information is in the description box below. Thanks for watching. So will your person be coming back to you? The person that you came to this video about, are they coming back? And if so, when? So I went ahead and pre-shuffled several times. I'll shuffle one more time on camera. Going to deal the cards live, although this is a recorded reading, just for a change of pace. So thinking about your person, will they come back, and if so, when? Okay, so we've got the King of Pumpkins, which is the King of Earth. So this card came out in reverse in the first reading as well. So if we get more of the same cards in this reading, even though I shuffled the cards thoroughly, that might mean that there's a message for you in pile 1 as well. And the King of Pumpkins is, like I said, Earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Could be in their chart, but doesn't have to be. And this is someone who's having some money issues right now. Someone whose life just isn't going the way that they want it to. They might not have a lot of energy to take care of business at work or at home. And so this puts them in sort of like in a bad mood. They might be engaging in shady behaviors to get their money. That's another meaning of this card. Take what resonates. And then we've got the Judgment card. So the Judgment card is a major arcana, which gives it a little bit more importance in the reading. And what it is saying is that there is a wake-up call here indicated. I feel for your person, but we'll look further into the reading, and it does speak about second chances, and it does, as the card says, it's about judgment. So you are going to judge a situation. This person's going to make judgments with regard to themselves, and as a result of those judgments, we're going to see a resurrection or a renewal in this connection, I feel. Because we also have the Three of Imps here, which is the Three of Wands. It's fire sign energy, so it could be in somebody's chart. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It's a very positive card to come out in a love reading, and it talks about, somebody putting the work in order to achieve something, in order to make progress in the connection. So it does speak about self-expression. So, you might have a conversation with this person where judgments about your situation come to light, and you're able to express yourselves, or them to you, express, their thoughts and feelings on the connection. And it also talks about manifestation. So this person is manifesting their way back. And if they're dealing in some sort of, new business venture or creative endeavor, this card is indicating that they have put work into it, and they are expecting a payback or rewards, or their ships to come in with regard to a work endeavor, but especially with regard to this connection. I feel this person, is doing what's necessary to have this resurrection in the connection. As you see the people coming out of the coffins, and they're being raised up by the Dracula here, as this is the Halloween Tarot by Kipling West. But yeah, this is about second chances. Okay. So, but back to the Three of Wands. This is just an indication of commitment. So if they were not committed to you before, this is indicating there will be a commitment, moving it to the next level. If you're just seeing each other, then this is about being exclusive, getting engaged, or getting married sometime down the line. So, and again, it's about self-expression, expressing your feelings for each other, and celebrating your love. So this person is wanting to celebrate their love with you, and they want to celebrate a reconnection with you as well. I feel that your person has listened a little bit too much to what other people have said, and they haven't listened to their own inner guidance enough. So for some of you, this will apply to you, so you might want to reflect if that's, this card is applying to you as well. But someone in this connection just, has been too much in their head, overthinking the situation. They've just got themselves all wrapped up. As you see in the card, she's bound. She's wrapped up, and that is, she's wrapped up in her thoughts, overthinking, overanalyzing, overstressing, overworrying. So, and with this card being in reverse, it talks about the other people interfering in the connection. And so whatever the case is, this person has allowed a barrier to be built between the two of you, and they have a need to break through that barrier so that, they can change the way that they see and do things. Obviously, there's changes that are needing to take place, or you wouldn't be split up, right? So I think that this person, might have gone too much with the flow of what was expected of them. Again, this is sort of reflecting pile one. And this is a need for them to, reject the status quo and get focused on moving forward back towards you, towards this reconnection, the second chance that they want. One or both of you might have had your heads in the clouds regarding the connection. And I think that maybe that had led to some overspending, some irresponsible and unstable behavior with the King of Pumpkins in reverse. But, with these two cards coming out, I think that it's showing someone is getting their affairs in order. But we'll look further to get more clarification on that. But this is asking that affairs get in order, or things could actually get worse regarding whatever's got your person in the reverse position, if your person's the masculine, and if this is representing your person, which I feel for a lot of you it will be. So, I do think they just have a lot of fears about being alone, being unwilling to support themselves. So keep in mind, for, a proportion of you, this person might be motivated to return in part, for financial stability, or just because they don't want to be alone or can't support themselves without you. That doesn't mean to say that there isn't passion or love in the connection, because we did see that there is. With the Three of Wands, it's just saying, that's a consideration for this person. And so, that I feel that they didn't face up to what was really going on here, and maybe took some bad advice instead of listening to their own inner guidance, which led, them to being in this King of Pumpkins in reverse energy, which is, has caused delays and obstacles to their material success, to their money, but also in this connection. And we know that, it's affected their self-esteem as well, because money and success, material success, is highly linked to to self-esteem, and it's also one of the main issues that arises in connections and relationships, and marriages is if money is a problem, then that creates problems in the relationship, right? So they might have taken some bad investment advice, is what I'm getting from those two cards. Next we have the Devil card. So this is another major arcana, and so this is talking about feeling bound to the connection. This is a Capricorn energy, so as we saw, an earth sign already came out. Capricorn's an earth sign, so Capricorn might be in somebody's chart here. At best, this card is talking about a very strong sexual or magnetic, passionate and hot connection. But, the downside of this card is it talks about feeling bound to the connection, maybe because of codependency. And we did see that, this person might not be stable financially and might have felt bound to this connection. So as a result of that, this created problems because, codependency is a problem in relationships. It's not the healthiest approach. It's not something that can last indefinitely because we're not meant to be codependent on one another. We're meant to be independent people who come together because we love each other and both bring equal amounts to the table, not because one is like relying on the other for their material needs, if that makes sense. So that's where the Devil card says that there's a bit of toxicity in the connection that this person is having a wake-up call about with the Judgment card. We do have the Wheel of Fortune upright, so your person is manifesting a change of luck, a change of fortune in the connection. So this is an improvement. This is Jupiter energy, so Sagittarius or even Pisces can be represented by that card. As Jupiter is the ruler of both Sagittarius and Pisces, but as always, take what resonates. The signs I mentioned because a lot of times people can resonate with that more times than not. So due to the manifestation that your person is doing here, the efforts that they are putting in currently or will put in, they are going to see that pay off. Things are going to take a turn for the better. So we do have the Ace of Bats in reverse. This is air sign energy, so it's in reverse. It's talking about that there is a new beginning with clarity and a truth coming out to the surface, but I feel like again this is delayed. This is a delayed new beginning here with the Ace of Bats in reverse. So I wonder what that's about. I just think that your person is not 100% set in their mind yet how to come towards you. That whatever ideas they have about reconnecting with you are half-baked. We know that they want to come towards you, but it's just like not, they're manifesting you, but it's not clear to them what steps to take exactly. This also warns that, when they do communicate with you and express themselves and you two have this discussion where you sort of get some things off your chest, that there might be a breakdown in the negotiations with regard to you reuniting, or at the very least, more delays. So this is saying that you definitely need to make sure that you communicate clearly, as misunderstandings can occur when you're back in communication with this person. And I think this person is behaving, detached. And on the one hand, there is passion and fire for you, particularly sexually. But there is, some coolness or detachment that this person is feeling. And I think it has a lot to do with arguments that you've had and difficulties communicating. So sometimes this card can show holding different ideas or spiritual views. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and pull some oracle cards for you. Okay. So it looks like winter time. It could be anywhere between winter time, this coming winter, and 8 months from now, that you and your person are going to communicate, and they're going to come back. They do want the second chance with you, but it's sort of up in the air about how they're going to execute or take the action steps in order to do that. So I'm going to pull Romance Angels card. Think about your person. For those who chose this pile, let's get some Romance Angels advice, please. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So I feel that this person, does need to love themselves first. We did see codependency in the connection between the two of you, so this is a card that's signaling that you both need to love yourselves first. And this makes you more romantically attractive to one another. So I know we get tired of hearing that sometimes, but it's the truth. This may be, one way that you can manifest your person. We see them manifesting you. If you want to manifest them back faster, maybe really focus on taking care of yourself and showing yourself the attention and the love that you wish to receive from this person. And then soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. So this card is saying this person is your soulmate. I'm going to read from the book on that just because I'm going to give you the full message. So as your soulmate, we all have a lot of soulmates, but there is a reason that you two are together that's beyond just, attraction or codependency, a spiritual reason here. So, okay, this card is saying that, if you're thinking about a certain person, if you're wondering if they're your soulmate, then this card is saying yes. And it is saying, it's kind of repeating what I just said about you have many soulmates, beings with whom you share a mystical soul connection and life path. Soulmates incarnate with the plan of coming together for mutual spiritual or personal growth. As you suspected, the person you're inquiring about is one of yours. And that sense of familiarity and comfort you felt when you first met also indicates a soul bond. Yeah. And so that it's just validating that this is your soulmate if you ever had any doubts about that, okay? So, and it also says you'll have another opportunity to explore passion together. So, yeah, this is what the book is saying. This is why I was drawn to read from it. You will have another opportunity to explore passion together. Okay, now I'm going to pull an Angel's Answers card. So, think of a question. If you have a question regarding this person or regarding this reading, go ahead and think of it. Remember, this is a general reading, so it's meant to apply to a lot of different people. So don't take this part too seriously if something comes out that you don't want to hear. So what is the Angel's Answers card for this reading, Spirit? Ask for help from others and wait. The Angel's Answers are asking you to wait. So wait for this person. What did I say as in terms of timing? This winter or 8 months. And of course, it's up to you if you want to wait. Use your own intuition as always. I'm going to go ahead and read from the Angel's Answers on the ask for help from others. Besides just the face value of the cards, what else is being said by this card? This is saying that it's not necessary to do everything on your own. Your angels are asking you to reach out to those around you for assistance. By allowing others to lend a hand, you greatly increase your chances for success, and your plans will begin to move forward. The help you receive may also include important information provided by knowledgeable individuals. The stress of doing too much can create both physical and emotional health challenges for you. Surround yourself with loving friends and family who are willing and able to lighten your load, and you'll begin to feel much better. All right. Well, I think that's all I have for you. Thank you for tuning in today. And if you liked the reading, please hit the like button. You can leave a message in the um, comment section below. And subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you to all of my new subscribers. I really do appreciate that. It does help keep the channel going. And I will talk to you next time. All right, welcome. So the question is, are they coming back? And if so, when? Pre-shuffled several times. I'm going to shuffle on camera or live shuffle even though it's recorded, just for a change of pace. So think about your person, the person you've come here about. You want to know if they're going to come back, and if so, when. Well, at the bottom of the deck we have the Moon card. That's a Pisces energy card. Could be in somebody's chart, but doesn't have to be. And this is a card about deception. Could be self-deception. It's also about fear and illusions. So kind of somebody's in fear here, not seeing the situation entirely clearly. Okay, they've got some subconscious things to work through, perhaps. We have the King of Bats in reverse. So the King of Bats is the King of Swords. So this is an air sign energy. It could be an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, but it doesn't have to. Probably the person that you came here about, if they're masculine, this is representing them. And if they aren't one of those signs or don't have that in their chart, could be that, you know, they have these traits. But this is not a happy camper here. This is somebody that could be behaving mean-spiritedly or has behaved mean-spirited towards you. They somebody that is witty, but the wit can be, you know, biting. It's like biting wit. Arrogance and judgmental attitudes or narrow-mindedness are shown here. So, you know, if this is an actual person, then it's someone who lacks compassion and can even behave, you know, like I said, they can be mean and cruelly even sometimes. So there's just something unscrupulous about this person. You know, they might be work in the legal fields or law in some capacity. Or if they're not particularly cruel, they just might be fickle, like hard to make up their mind, or they change their mind a lot, indecisive, absent-minded, or like they talk a lot of a lot of crap. They're gossipy. So take what resonates, but this is what's coming through on this card. This is a card that when this individual's around, you want to watch your back, okay? But I feel that this person has, at the very least, you know, behaved cold, insensitive, or dishonest towards you. And this may be the reason for the breakup, and you know, maybe they were too critical or judgmental towards you, or they hurt you in some way. So maybe you hurt each other. Maybe there were some nasty arguments here. Perhaps you lived together and this person moved out, or you moved out, with the Four of Wands in reverse. So the Four of Wands is a very positive card. It can talk about twin flame soulmates, higher level soulmates. And so even when it's in reversed, it still has that meaning to it. But, you know, it is in reverse, so it is talking about that, you know, things aren't quite going the way that you want them to right now, okay? It's about, you know, it's still talking about success, that there's success, potential for success in the connection, but you're at a standstill, you know. And so, you know, when and if the two of you get back together, it might not be as happy of a scenario as you would like it to be, but it would still be pretty happy. There would still be contentment to be found here. And this card is saying that, you know, no matter what happens, you have accomplished a lot through this connection, and you should feel good about yourself, okay? So it is an indication that the problems that you have with this King of Bats can be resolved. And so it does require a bit of effort, and a pleasant and harmonious relationship is possible, though. So, you know, if there was some sort of a celebration that the two of you had in mind, if perhaps for a few of you, you're planning on getting married and this person got cold feet, this is saying that that's still in the cards, that celebration, that engagement or marriage, wedding, it's still in the cards. It's just delayed, okay? And that delayed is backed up here by the Nine of Imps. So this is fire sign energy. You might be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It could be in someone's chart. So the Nine of Imps is a card about, somebody being vigilant, somebody taking a break from the battle and just sort of watching to see how things play out. It's somebody they haven't given up, they're just taking a break. Okay, so I feel that you've been really strong in the connection. You've demonstrated some courage here. You want this to work out, and you want to recover from whatever setbacks that have occurred, whatever arguments or fights that have happened, and you'd like to be successful in this connection, right? So with the nines represent completion and fulfillment. So when this shows up in your reading, it's showing that that you will get this done. Whatever you're trying to do with this person, for a lot of you, it's going to happen. This reconnection is going to happen, okay? And as a result of the things that you've faced in the connection, you've both grown stronger. I feel like particularly you have, the viewer has grown stronger, and you've demonstrated some self-discipline and skill, and you've kind of wisened up towards this person in the situation. And again, you two are going to resolve your difficulties with this card. It does promise happier times in your future, and maybe you've both learned something important about yourselves through this connection, through this relationship. But it's just on pause right now. So let's get some more cards here. So someone is thinking about making a practical offer or some sort of communication. It is on the mind of this Nine of Bats, or King of Bats rather, I'm sorry. They're thinking about making use some sort of communication, some small communication. We do have the Ace of Pumpkins in reverse. Again, I'm feeling like an engagement or a marriage has been delayed. And I do see this person moving back towards you. Okay, so with the Page of Pumpkins here, that's what I was talking about, the communication. These pages represent messages or communication. This is showing up as a page, so it is a small communication. But it does mean that you're going to get back in touch, so that's a good sign. I assume you want to hear from this person again, since you're getting, you're listening to this reading right now. I feel this person is kind of studying, or maybe not studying, just maybe gathering information about the status of your connection and about you, and trying to figure out where they can make changes or be of service to you in some way. Maybe they're just sort of focusing on their work as well, and like paying attention to the everyday details of their life, as a way of not to overthink the situation, and just to kind of get grounded, because this King in reverse is not a grounded energy, but I feel that they are thinking about ways to ground themselves. I think that this person is, really concerned about, security and finances, or this could be you. And the practical aspects of the relationship, and that's more important to you right now than romance. I do see a lot of passion with the Wands cards, but I do think that practical issues are probably part of the arguments and the problems, right? The details of living together, and if you're planning a wedding, then the details around the planning of the wedding, those minor details have gotten in the way. And so, and this is also saying, you could have met each other through work, so that might apply to one or two of you. We did have the Ace of Pumpkins come out. That's some more earth sign energy. And so it can represent, conception, or a new beginning. And, it did come out underneath the Four of Wands. So, like I said, the planning of a wedding or taking this relationship to the next level has obviously been put at a standstill for the time being. And with the Ace of Pumpkins being here, it's saying, that's going to continue a bit longer. But it is a good sign that the Ace of Pumpkins did show up, because it is about a new offer, new beginning. But again, somebody is overly concerned about money or possessions, okay? and that may apply for some of you, but take what resonates. And it does indicate like greed or hoarding or an attachment to material things that make someone miss out on everyday life. So maybe your masculine is too concerned about material things, or your feminine, whoever you came here for. And so I think that, the focus probably needs to be more on true love, is what the cards are saying, romance and true love. So, somebody felt limited in this connection regarding their options. Again, maybe you just didn't have the money for the wedding that you were planning, for those of you that resonates with, or the money to live together. And, it can suggest a missed opportunity in love, and I feel like it's a missed opportunity with regard to you two being in a solid and stable commitment. So somebody missed the opportunity here. So with the Eight of Ghosts here, we do have the Eight of Ghosts. And the Eight of Ghosts is talking about leaving. It's talking about walking away from the connection. And I do think it was you that walked away from the connection. For the majority of you, I really feel like it was you that walked away from the connection, because this person was being, very mean-spirited towards you. And you are, you're still optimistic about the connection. You're still observing the situation, paying attention, learning what you can learn with regard to how to reconnect or move forward with this person. But with the Eight of Cups, it's like you almost want to move forward with or without them. But you did turn away, and it left you feeling bad. It did leave you feeling bad, and you want to. Maybe you just felt like you couldn't salvage the situation, and but it was just better to let go for now. So you put in your best efforts, and it just wasn't good enough, and that's how you felt. So you took a new direction. So again, it could just been that the relationship lost its spark due to someone focusing too much on details, mundane money matters, stuff like that. The business of everyday living. Otherwise, another meaning of this card is that it can show that you're getting more serious about a partnership and giving it your all. You're no longer interested in a casual fling. So I'm going to need to get some clarification on that. Not that you were interested in a casual fling, but that's one of the meanings of the card, is getting more serious and more committed. And with that coming right next to a commitment card, I feel, that meaning probably has a little bit more weight here. We got the Ten of Bats, which is a painful ending. So this is about betrayal. There was some sort of betrayal within the connection, more than likely. And the good news about this card is that painful time is ending, and once it ends, something new can come in, you can have this new beginning. We've got the Death card in reverse, so that talks about not letting the situation go. One or both of you saw that the situation had issues that needed addressing, but due to whatever reason, you neglected to address those issues, and as a result, this ending happened. But I feel that neither one of you have let it go. And even though it's caused you both a lot of pain, particularly you, I feel. And the Knight of Bats, again, this is just indicating that this masculine, this is another air sign energy, behaved immature, and this is about arguments and harsh words being said. And we've got the Queen of Bats next, another air sign. This is air sign feminine energy. So this is just backing that up. We've got all of the Royal Court of the Swords cards here. All are showing up in reverse, so that's telling me that this is a lot of clashing of swords, to say the least, okay? A lot of clashing of swords, arguments, nasty words being said, or just sarcastic, harsh words, just not being sensitive to one another's needs. And the Nine of Pumpkins shows somebody standing in their single power. So since you're coming out as the one that walked away, if you're the feminine, then you are standing in your single power. You are providing for yourself. You are sort of sitting pretty, and this is a very positive card for that, saying that you would be you'd be cool, if this didn't come back together. You would be able to provide for yourself in the manner that you'd like to be provided for, and feel stable and abundant in and of yourself. But I do feel that you are waiting for this person, that you've put in the work on the connection, and that you wanted to see it. You want to see it pay off. You do want to see it pay off. And perhaps your person, I think that you view this person as wish fulfillment. I feel that this person is viewing you much the same way. However, I feel like they're probably enjoying themselves as well. And maybe they're self-medicating a bit with the Nine of Ghosts, which is the same as the Nine of Cups. But I do think that there is a more responsible phase in this connection coming forward, and that you will have victory in this connection. Okay? You just need to stop clashing swords. So, I pulled a lot more cards for you than for the previous readings, and I hope that was helpful. I'm going to go ahead and pull a Romance Angels card here for you and see what the Romance Angels have to say. After that, you can think of a question, and we'll pull an Angel Answers card and see if we can get an answer to any questions you may have as well. So regarding this reading I just did, Spirit, what do the Romance Angels have to add? Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. So this is what I feel that you both have been doing, retreating from clashing swords. We saw that swords energy here. And so there's a retreat occurring right now, but it's just a temporary one, I feel. And then, this is a card that's talking about, if you look at the picture, it's a honeymoon. So for those of you who were looking forward to a honeymoon with this person, it's still in the cards for you. You deserve love. You are lovable. So whatever happened, when separations occur, we tend to take it personally, and it can hurt self-esteem. So just know that you are lovable, that whatever happened here, never forget that. You do deserve love, and I feel that your person, they also think that you deserve love. They know that. And the Children card came out. Your love life is being affected by children. So you might have children together. Those children are affecting the connection. And so, this is also a card that talks about inner child wounding and the need for healing of the inner child. So that might be at play too here. I am feeling drawn to read from that, the book on children, because I haven't in a while. So the Children card is saying that you were sent this card because your children are a significant factor, and even either you want kids or your partner does. It's influencing the love life, and this is a factor to consider when you desire to improve your romantic future. So children are an expression of love, is what this card is saying, and it can signify that you or your partner's inner child is affecting your relationship. So even if you don't have kids or don't want to have kids, your inner children are affecting this relationship. So this can mean there's a need for playfulness and lightheartedness. Y'all just so serious here with the clashing of the swords, okay? This isn't a jousting match. It's supposed to be a loving relationship. This is what this card is saying. So this may mean that there's, a need for playfulness, and it could signal a time of healing your emotional wounds. So, yeah. Alrighty. Now go ahead and think of a question, and I'm going to pull that card for you here, see if we can get an answer. Now remember that this is a general reading meant to apply to a lot of different people, so if you don't get the answer that you want to your question, don't take it too hard, okay? Just take what resonates from the reading. So think of a question regarding this reading or regarding this person. Within the next few weeks, ask your angels, okay? So if you just know that You're going to be hearing from this person within the next few weeks. And ask your angels, and if you want to know how that's going to happen, or whatever your question was about, you are being guided to pray on it, meditate on it, and you will receive an answer from your angels in the form of signs or synchronicities, okay? Depending on how strong your intuition is, you could actually, get a direct communication from your angels with that card. All right, we've got our answers then. It looks like there will be a return, but there are a lot of issues that need to be worked out. It does look like it's going to be more of a responsible reconnection. However, I feel that it is up to you if you want to take this person back, but I see that you both do your sort of wish fulfillment for each other, and I do see this coming out to be a more responsible and mature relationship when you reconnect as a result of the fact that neither one of you have really let this go or want it to end, okay? So thank you for tuning in. I hope that resonated. Thank you to my new subscribers, and thank you to my existing subscribers. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. I'll talk to you next time. All right, welcome. So the question is your person coming back? And if so, when? Okay, so think about your person. I already pre-shuffled several times off camera, shuffling on camera tonight just for a change. So here we go. Are they coming back, and if so, when? Okay. So I'm feeling that you're not feeling very victorious at this time. Obviously the two of you are parted, or you wouldn't be watching this video. We have the Ace of Pumpkins in reverse, which is a earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And it does speak about, this new beginning that's been stalled or delayed, or that hasn't come forth. At the bottom of the deck we had the Six of Wands in reverse. And so this is a victory card in reverse. That's why I say that you are not feeling victorious at this time, and it's easy to see why with, not getting this offer that you wanted. So the Ace of Pentacles upright is just, it's an opportunity, but with it being in reverse, it's talking about, somebody being too focused on money more so than a relationship. And it's also saying that, excuse me, the relationship might be based more on money than on security. Perhaps this is true for the person that you came here for, but take what resonates. So that might apply to some of you, but the partnership may be restricting or may limit your options, or this might be, how the person who broke up the partnership, whoever that was, whether it be you or them, this is how you're sort of viewing it, is what this card is saying, is that there was some restriction to limit your options with regard to like home, work, or money, something material. And so it can speak about a missed opportunity in love as a result of that, okay? Or just a missed opportunity in general. We have a Queen of Pumpkins. That's an earth sign feminine. So if you're the feminine watching this could represent you. And you are coming upright, so that does show that you are a mature individual, that you have a lot to offer. It's a pretty grounded energy. You probably have your money in order. You're generous and have like a managerial ability. Maybe you're a manager at your job. It also speaks about fertility here. So I do think that this feminine has a keen understanding of the material world. So that leads me to think that the other person involved was the one that was maybe not so good with the money, but there was a little bit of, you're just a very essential, this is a very essential card. So, like I said, there was probably good sexuality within this connection. This is someone that likes to be comfortable, very much so, and likes the good things in life, right? So, with these two cards being right next to each other, it could suggest that being a little bit overly concerned with material things could be part of the problem in the connection. Maybe the other person involved didn't have the same amount of material success or resources as the Queen of Pumpkins does. But, again, take what applies to your situation. We'll look further. I've got the Eight of Imps in reverse. So this is a fire sign energy. So somebody could have Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius in their chart. But with this is a card of, it can be a card about excitement and communication, but with it showing up in reverse here, it is saying that, there's just an overwhelmment of activity going on here that's affecting the connection. So I feel like somebody went within, as a result of, or withdrew because they felt overwhelmed. So I don't know what's happening here. You know your situation better than I do, but this card is saying that unexpected changes have thrown this connection off balance, and that somebody just needed to, travel or relocate, even though they didn't really want to, because it was just too much for them. So maybe things just happened too fast in the connection. Someone felt out of control, and this, can indicate a secret affair as well. So a secret, passionate affair. So I don't know, if your person went off with someone else. That could apply for one or two. I think you would know that if that were the case, so don't panic. If you don't know that for a fact, then it's probably not, that message probably not for you, but that's one of the meanings of that card. And someone was keeping secrets, because that card came out above the High Priestess in reverse. And so the High Priestess in reverse is said to be like a Pisces moon energy. Again, for those of you who like to know the signs, sometimes there's a message in there for you regarding that. That's why I say the sign. So this is somebody that's not telling their feelings, somebody that's taking their privacy a bit too far in a connection, and not expressing themselves. And it's regarding, this card about a secret affair, or feeling overwhelmed and needing to retreat from a situation because it was too overwhelming. So if somebody was involved in a secret affair, it was too overwhelming, and that was the reason they retreated as a result of it. But somebody is just not being, again, honest or authentic here with the High Priestess in reverse, and they didn't want to look inside themselves. They feared judgment and disapproval. Perhaps, if this is the other person involved, they feared your judgment and disapproval. And they're just perhaps could just be as simple as they're just a really introverted person, and things in the connection were happening too fast for them, and that's why they pulled back. But I do feel that there is something hidden here that's going to be revealed, and it will have to do with the reason why this person didn't fully engage in the relationship. But even if they have withdrawn from the connection, I do feel that they are lonely. They're not exactly happy being withdrawn from you. I do see the Sun in reverse here is coming out. This is a very happy card, even in reverse. It's Leo energy. But in reverse, it does talk about egotism and somebody that's overly focused on superficial things, having a good time. And we saw that, this is in relation to the Ace of Pumpkins. So I said the Ace of Pumpkins was talking about not having somebody being too focused on money in the connection, and I think that's kind of backed up here by the Sun card, because the Sun card in reverse talks about that as well. So this is really coming through. If this doesn't apply to you at all, then this might not be the reading for you, but I do think that there is hope for clarity to occur within this connection, for positive changes regarding money with the Sun card. I just think maybe somebody tries to buy someone else's love, or vice versa, because they don't feel that they're worthy of real love and real respect, or success in a connection. But there's definitely drama here, and egos here that interfered with happiness. And it does speak about having too much of a good thing and being overindulgent in looks, money, fame, things like that, overshadowed the meaningful aspects of the connection. And remember that the Queen of Pumpkins, or the Queen of Pentacles, came out as well. So she's someone that likes her indulgences, her creature comforts and stuff. So take that how that resonates. We do have the Two of Cups, or the Two of Ghosts in this deck. which is a beautiful card. It's a very beautiful card to come out in a romance reading, especially because it talks about mutual love and mutual respect. I feel like, this Queen of Pentacles, might like her finer things in life, but she also does love this person. So there is love here, and it is reciprocated. I don't know if there was any doubts about that, but, I'm here to tell you that it is. It is mutual. This is about a harmonious partnership and cooperation. So I do definitely think that if you're the feminine, you really want to cooperate to see this thing get back on track. You want to draw your introverted person out, or at least that's the way they're coming out in the cards, who got overwhelmed. For some of you, perhaps ran off with someone else. You want to draw them back in because you're ready to cooperate, and you're just ready to do what it takes and be fair in the situation. And this is also the honeymoon card. So, for those of you who are married to this person, you might be taking a second honeymoon, or there is a honeymoon in your future. That could be for some of you, a honeymoon in your future regarding, with this person. And, but it is a card about a happy relationship that develops smoothly, and this is what you want to see happen here. And that, I think that you do understand each other's needs, and you do bring out the best in one another. It's just that there is some overwhelmment that occurred in the connection, and some money issues, or an emphasis on money and material things, overindulgence in general, a little bit of an immature energy that created some blockages here, and somebody that's withholding their emotions or keeping a secret, and this has contributed to the breakdown in the connection, okay? So, we got these 6 of Imps at the bottom of the deck. And I already talked about how that is a card talking about that, you're not feeling successful at this time in the connection. But I'm going to draw some oracle cards and see if, get some more input on this to see, because there is love here, but is this person going to be coming back is the question, right? Okay. So I'm going to ask the Romance Angels cards, if I can get them out. Alright, Spirit, give us a Romance Angels card here to help clarify this reading. Trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Okay. It's a good sign. Let's see. Get another one. Codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. And engagement, your love life is ascending to a higher level. So it does look like, there was some codependency in the connection regarding material things, and or money, and just like having a good time, indulgences, that sort of thing with the Sun card in reverse. So those things will need to be addressed. I'll read from the book a bit on that, because I haven't read from the book in a while. Just make sure that we get everything that's needing to be said here. This card answers your question in perhaps a surprising way, because addictions are the culprit behind the issues you're attempting to resolve. This could be your own cravings for substance or unhealthy behavior, or it could be your partner's addictions that are impacting your love life. And this card is also an indicator of childhood experiences in an addictive family. Addictions numb the heart to pain, but they also diminish capacity for love. So since the basis of your romantic partnership is love, addictions can become a barrier to moving forward toward true emotional intimacy. This is especially true if you are twisting yourself in knots to please a person whose dependency has lessened his or her capacity for happiness. So this card is saying, in other words, don't enable this person's indulgences, because that's a no-win situation that will negatively affect their self-esteem as well as the happy outcome that you're looking for. And so with the engagement card, it is saying just exactly that. There is an engagement going to occur, and it's moving this connection up to the next level, which leads me to believe for that most of you that this person will be returning, because we did see the Two of Ghosts here, and we did see the Queen of Pumpkins, and the Queen of Pumpkins just as a general outcome, or in a romantic reading. It is a positive card talking about stability and nurturing in love and a connection. So I do feel that there is love, mutual love here, and that it will be returning, or evolving to a higher level, ascending to a higher level of commitment. So if you're not in contact, that'll mean you'll get back in contact. If you're in sporadic contact, then you're going to move that to the next level. And the literal meaning of the card is, actual engagement in the future, okay? So think of a question, and I'm going to pull an Angel Answers card. And, just remember that this is a general reading meant to apply to a lot of different people, so, if the Angel Answers cards are a little bit disappointing, you can just take it with a grain of salt, okay? That happens sometimes, and don't worry about it. Just take what resonates from the reading and forget the rest. So think about your question. It could be about this reading or about this person. Forgiveness. There's some forgiveness that needs to take place here. Okay. I did see, this is probably speaking to that illicit affair for those of you that resonated with, but even if it's not, there's been some secret that's been withheld, and that forgiveness is going to need to be occurring here once that secret comes out, or if you already know what it is that was being kept from you, or if you were keeping something from this person, then it's going to come to light and need to be forgiven, okay? And this card says that when you release the past, a weight is lifted from your shoulder, and there's a sense of freedom for you. So you're asked to let go of the sadness or pain so that you can be free. And, this can also talk about forgiving yourself if it was you who had an indiscretion, okay? So this card says, give yourself credit for having tried your best, even if the results weren't what you would have liked, and focus on the changes you've made since that have made you a better person, okay? Well, that's all I have for you. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate that. I hope it did resonate. And if it did, go ahead and leave me a comment in the comment section below. Thank you, and welcome to all my new subscribers and also my existing subscribers. Hit the bell notification if you'd like to receive notifications when I upload a new video. For a personal reading looking into your personal specific situation, my contact information is in the description box below. Once again, thank you, and I will talk to you next time. All right, so are they coming back, and if so, when? So I pre-shuffled off camera. I'm going to shuffle a couple more times on camera. Think about your person, the person that you came here for. Spirit team, are the viewers of this video the person that they came here for? Are they coming back, and if so, when? Well, at the bottom of the deck we have the Eight of Bats, which is the Eight of Swords. So I am showing that somebody in this connection is really in their head about everything, stressing out, feeling trapped. Also, just know that, this is something, if this is representing you, because this is air sign energy. So if you have Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra in your chart, this might be talking about you, but it could apply to anybody. And it's saying that you're your own worst enemy here. That things are gonna that the situation is within your control. You just need to stop holding yourself back and stop giving into your denial or your deception, self-deception, feeling helpless. This is something that you can undo. So I feel like, you're being a little bit your own worst enemy here, or your person is. So take what resonates and what applies to your situation. But, excuse me. I do feel like somebody felt, trapped or unfulfilled in this connection, but it was due to, them contributing to the problem because their expectations weren't realistic, or they might have needed to change their attitude or change in order to change the situation, and as a result, I see the Chariot card here, which is Cancer energy. So that's the sun sign Cancer. It could be in somebody's chart, and what this is talking about. This is talking about movement, pretty fast movement. Somebody that's using their willpower in order to take charge of the situation. So for some of you, that does mean that this person is coming back to you, but for others, I feel like this is talking about the reason that they needed to change their attitude, or they wanted to get away from these unrealistic expectations, is the cause for the disconnect or the separation in the first place. But this is a card, this is a major arcana, which means that it has a little bit more bearing on the rest of the reading, and it's important to note that it is a card about travel, so it does talk about movement, and it also talks about resolving conflict as well. And so part of the way that the conflict in this connection is going to be resolved is kind of settling those inner conflicts within you in order, to reach your goals. And if your goals is this connection, then you need to sort of come into balance within yourself. And sometimes taking a break from one another is a good way to do that, because this is a card about self-development. Okay, it's also about self-development, going off to do your own thing for a while. So maybe it wasn't the right time for this relationship to happen, or for you to be together. And some self-development was needed, and this is what this card is representing here. I do think that if you're the feminine, or this could be for masculine too, we've got the Nine of Pumpkins here. So, you've been standing in your single power. In the meantime, you might be stressing about the situation. Excuse me. Or the stress in the situation, as represented by the Eight of Swords, is the reason for the cause for the separation. But I feel that you're doing well right now. If you're showing up in the Knight of Pentacles power, that's an empowered card about somebody who's they're comfortable. They're taking care of themselves. They're not really wanting or needing for much. They're feeling abundant and comfortable and successful. It's a card about feeling, secure and reaching your goals. So I think this is a card about somebody who works very hard. It's an earth sign energy, so that could be in somebody's chart, but doesn't have to be. And with regards to this connection, it does show a secure and comfortable, pleasant relationship. But it also shows that you're content to be alone and that you don't need a partner. So, yeah. Maybe you're content to be alone and you don't need a partner. Or this is your person. This is representing, their feelings on the connection. They're moving away from the connection because they're content to be alone. But this, on the other hand, this is talking about a relationship that offers financial abundance, but one that doesn't have a lot of limitations. So your connection could be one that there is a lot of freedom within the connection, or it has the potential to be where you could be together and separate at the same time. Because I've got the next card is the Nine of Ghosts in reverse. So the Nine of Ghosts reverse that's another 9. It's talking about coming to the end of a cycle, completing a phase in the connection, and it's also a single individual who is represented in this card, often a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or a Pisces. And when it's upright, it's talking about wish fulfillment, but in reverse, it's talking about indulgence or excess, or feeling smug about what's occurred in this connection. So if this is a masculine energy, they're feeling smug about the connection and what's happened here, about their leaving. But it's okay because you are in your power right now. It's not like um, you're doing poorly without them. You're still doing pretty good. But for some reason, this person is they're overindulging right now with this card. It's nine of ghosts or nine of cups in reverse. So I feel like they are going to sort of be woken up to the errors that they made in this connection, and maybe they feel like they've gotten a lot and they're doing really well and they're abundant, but they might have got it the wrong kind of way. So take that how that applies. Um, and I feel like there's potential for them to sort of have like some enlightenment on this connection and about the error of their ways, but that's really up to the individual here. But this person, has behaved frivolously, I feel like, carelessly and insensitively towards you. And so it can be talking about, an indiscretion coming to light, like you finding out the truth about something that they did that you don't know about. And the card that comes out underneath that Nine of Ghosts is the Nine of Imps in reverse. So this indiscretion could, for a lot of you, and this is what I'm getting, it could be, another person that they were involved with. There could be some cheating here. That's what indiscretion can mean in a relationship reading, so I'm sorry to tell you that. I feel like, if this reading isn't resonating, or if this part of the reading isn't resonating, then don't take it. Ignore this part, and other parts of the reading might resonate, but if we're talking about a message from this person that you're waiting on in order to see if you guys can get back together, I feel like this is going to be delayed and postponed. And so, but as a person, this is someone that isn't very reliable, not very trustworthy. And if they're using social media, if you're kind of seeing some of their social media posts, those might not be telling the whole story either. You might be showing them having a better time than they actually are, or in some way they're being a bit deceptive with whatever they're posting on social media. Okay, if they do that. So this is a fickle, flirtatious person, and again, this is a card that represents lack of trust. So it might be that neither one of you wants to settle down, because we did see the feminine energy coming out with in the Nine of Pentacles, and you're doing really well on your own. You're pretty much sitting pretty, and it looks like you've got your stuff together. But since you're watching this reading, you want to know if they're going to come back. Maybe you're wanting to come back for personal reasons, let's just say, if you catch my drift. If you miss having a bed buddy or something like that, well, then I guess the situation is fine. There's no problem. But if you're looking for something more, I don't see this person being ready to settle down right now. We've got two cards in a row, that are showing that. And sometimes, the reason for the ending of a relationship here it is, like I said, just overindulgences, fickleness, and somebody just not being mature enough to handle. This is fire sign energy. I don't know if I said that. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But again, if it's representing a message, then it's just that the message is coming, but it's been postponed. So let's look further. Again, we've got another card that's talking about a postponed message. So maybe you've thought about reaching out to this person, okay? But you're thinking about it, but you're thinking that you shouldn't do it, right? That's what this card is kind of saying to me. With the Page of Pumpkins is the Page of Coins in reverse. So I think that yeah. I think maybe that you feel that this person is like how do I say this? Like a liability, like dead weight, like you would be contributing more financially to the connection because they're just like in a party mode. They want to travel, they want to indulge, they want to have a good time, they might be seeing other people. And so for those reasons, they may not be holding up their end of the connection. when you guys were together, maybe you were paying for things more so than them, or if it's not about money, you were just more of the responsible person. And that's certainly what I'm seeing in this reading, that you were more of the responsible person in this connection. And so you're certainly showing up in, like I said, I can't say it enough, the single power right now with this person out of your life. So, and that's the reason why you're not making any sort of offer or sending them any sort of message right now. I feel like you probably do know some of what's going on here, for those that this reading resonates with regard to the way this person's behaving. I don't think that, if you've watched this far, this is not a surprise to you. And we've got the Five of Pentacles. So that's the Five of Pumpkins in this deck, talking about, disappointment. So you have been disappointed by this person, and they have worried you, but I think you kind of know how they are. I feel like this person, is pretty bad with their responsibilities, with their money in particular. But I do think that they feel your the loss of you, like emotionally, from your separation. Just, they're still in this sort of player energy, and that's how they're showing up in the reading. They might have some sort of a health issue that's needing to be addressed here. But I think, this is a card about potential, so this person does have potential. I just think they're squandering it right now. If they would tap into that potential, they could use their resources more wisely and come out of this this Five of Pentacles energy. But absurdly, I'm getting that, this person might have felt that this relationship was draining their energy. And that they were investing a lot and not getting much in return. But, I don't really feel like that's the case. Take what resonates. Let me know in the comment section below if that's the case. But they're showing up in such sort of like a wasteful, indulgent energy that it's hard to imagine that you were draining them, But, in whatever case, they're leaving had to do with unhappiness. And really getting this unhappiness is, largely self-created, because like I said, with the underlying reading, or energy for the reading, was this card, which is all about being your own worst enemy. So I'm going to pull some oracle cards, see if we can get some more clarification on this reading here. We're going to ask the romance angels for some advice or guidance here. Alright, Spirit Team, what's the deal here? What do we need to know about this reading? Chemistry, there's a strong magnetic attraction here. So I feel that, this is a strong magnetic attraction between the two of you. And that is, likely why, you even cared to come and look at this reading right now. I think sometimes this card can represent a third-party situation, or one of you being involved with someone else, or this being more of a casual thing, but it doesn't always mean that. To back that up, we've got the flirt card just flew out, so that's extend your lighthearted energy to others. So this person is, a flirt. We saw that with the Knight of Imps in reverse. Somebody that's fickle, unpredictable, flirtatious, and so the two of you have pretty good chemistry. You might have started off as flirting and then turned into something more. Maybe you just enjoy flirting with this person. But it's definitely, the sexual chemistry and the flirtation between the two of you. Alright, let's ask the angels. So I'm going to pull an Angels Answers card. So think of a question about this reading, or about this person. We'll see if we can get an answer for you. Keep in mind, this is a general reading meant to resonate with a lot of different people, so just keep that in mind. All right, Angels Answers, what do we got for this reading? What do we need to know? Improving health. I did mention a health issue that might be prevalent with this person, maybe a mental health or an addiction issue, but it says that that's going to be improving, so that's positive. Oh, do we not have another one coming out here? There we go. Get more information. So you're needing to get more information. I don't feel that you've really been, aside from this reading, a lot of you probably haven't been really paying too much attention to the details about this person. You kind of already know what's up with the situation. Maybe you haven't been very curious about them lately, except for now, obviously. But you are needing to get more information in order to know how to proceed in this connection, if you want to proceed in this connection. Okay, so what I'm looking at here with these cards, as far as like timing goes, I think this person could be traveling towards some of you, but it could be this fall. It could be for a few of you this fall, but I'm really getting more of a distant energy. Okay, with the Five of Pumpkins here. If they do come back, for a few of you, I feel like I'm encouraged to sort of say that, they might be just coming back for some material resources or for some sex, something like that. So, if you're cool with that, you do you, but if you're not cool with that, just be aware that could be a possibility and make sure that's not the case, if you're not okay with that. And for others of you, this person is, gone away so they could work on themselves, and they might be wanting to come back and sort of work on themselves with you, or in some sort of connection with you. I don't see, a full-on commitment as of this time, though, with this connection. Yeah, I just feel like there's going to be a continued period of stagnation here, as this person tries to get their stuff together and tries to see, how they want to go forward. Okay, they might be in like a self-pity mode, but really it's just a period of stagnation. So I don't see this person coming back in the near future here, except for maybe a few of you, and then their reasons for coming back might be highly suspect. So I would just go ahead and stay in your Nine of Pentacles energy, taking care of yourself, doing your thing, and hopefully in time this person will get their stuff together, and you'll have a chance at that time to reconcile at the level that you'd like, and have the relationship with this person that you would like, if you would like it. So thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your watching my videos. I hope that was able to help you in some way. And if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you need a personal reading to look more into the situation, I can certainly do that for you. My contact information is in the description box below. Thanks for watching.